Good evening to one and all. My name is Raghavendra and I am from AAA department. Uh, the chosen AIT Tech Talk topic is inversion of symmetric matrices using unsymmetrical fault analysis. Uh, it's like a topic which bridge mathematics and electronic art. Unsymmetrical fault analysis falls under the electrical via section, and inversion of a symmetrical matrix is actually match related kind of. Inversion of matrix is a usually uh, method of method in which A inverse is usually founded. Actually, in matrices, A inverse of matrix is found using the formula A inverse equals to adjoint A by delta A. Adjoint is made by cofactor matrix by transpose of cofactor matrix, etc. In inversion of a matrix, when coming into the introduction, matrix inversion is a fundamental operation in matrix algebra, which is widely used in many electrical engineering applications. Although there are many inversion algorithms prevalent, a new method based on symmetrical fault analysis is presented here. It says that matrix inversion is a fundamental operation. Usually, yes, matrix inversion is a very fundamental algebra operation which is widely used in many electrical engineering applications. Although there are many inversion algorithms, a new method based on unsymmetrical fault analysis is actually presented here. Even there are many other methods for doing this process, like the formula that have I had given below, that is adjoint divided, etc. There are some similar methods, but this method is actually something which is related to the electrical core side. It's an hybrid of both mathematics and electronics. The proposed approach highlights a wonderful analogy between mathematics and electrical circuits. It focuses on finding the inversion of an invertible symmetric matrix purely based on techniques developed for line-to-line fault analysis. Yeah, this is what I have told. The It is a purposed approach that highlights a wonderful bridge between mathematics and electrical circuits. It focuses on finding the inverse of symmetric matrix on based of techniques developed for line-to-line fault analysis. What is fault analysis? That would be I would tell in further. This actually shows that this process is actually a bridging kind of something, which usually focus on finding the inversion of a matrix based on the techniques which are developed for which are developed in fault analysis. First, the elements of a given matrix are used in the form of bus admittance admittance matrix. Then a line to line fault is assumed to stimulate a real life scenario, and power system fault analysis is used to calculating the corresponding fault current. First, this says that the first elements are given in a matrix form, like in a bus admittance matrix form. Then a line to line fault is assumed to be simulated in real time, and power system analysis is used to calculate the corresponding fault current, and whatever the current is actually flown into this scenario, and the power system fault analysis is used to calculate that current which has just flown. uh, for it says that the given elements are usually in the form of that admittance matrix form, and then line to line fault analysis has to be stimulated real life. From the thus obtained result, the inverse of a matrix is computed from the both the power system calculated from the from the previous slide process. The obtained result is calculated. The obtained result that we got with the inverse of a matrix is computed. The stimulation is used to validate the result, which demonstrate that the method can be used to perform matrix inversion of symmetric matrices. using the developed concept of power system analysis. It says that the stimulation of performing the act would show or say that the demonstration that uh, or the method that can be that is used to perform this matrix inversion process. Uh, the concepts of power system with the help of the developed concept of power system fault analysis. So that briefly once again recap the scenario. This actually shows that what the inversion of this fault and inversion of symmetric matrices using fault unsymmetrical fault analysis means fault analysis is something which is related to electrical kinda, and this process is actually a bridge process between mathematics and electrical concept. This says that how we can find the matrices using this electrical analog situation. The This can be done with the help of the first few matrices are placed in a line of bus admittance matrix form, and then line to line fault is assumed to stimulate the real life scenario, and then the power is calculated. The obtained power would be the result of the inverse of matrix, and then it is stimulated to use to validate the result. So now, before telling a before concluding this, I would like to explain what actually the unsymmetric faults are. During normal condition in alternating current power system operators balanced load conditions, the unbalanced condition generally comes from the fault on the power system. The fault may occur in various ways, such as insulation of electrical equipment failure, or other environmental factoring like lightning strike on the transmission tower or line, various wind flow, raining, etc., falling trees, bird shorting the transmission line, etc. It's during the normal condition when alternating is current. Sometimes unbalanced load conditions are formed. These unbalanced load conditions are actually known as the faults. These faults are these faults are caused due to some various kind of like external several X factors like insulation or insulation of electrical equipment failure, or some lightning strike would have been done, or sometimes various winds and rain, sometimes birds. It's due to shorting of birds or trees, etc. Some of the reasons for the faulting actually means like unbalanced load conditions. In simpler terms, in brief, it is called a push. Whereas unsymmetrical faults are normal faults, which means three-phase lines become unbalanced. Unequal currents with unequal phase shifts in a three-phase system, and they do not have the equal phase displacement each other. The unbalanced load occurs due to the presence of short circuit or open circuit of transmission. It actually means like unequal currents with unequal phase shifts in three-phase current. Unsymmetrical actually means like when it is also a fault. It is also an unbalanced load, but its specificity is it is due to the unbalanced situation, and they do not have the equal phase and displacement each between each other. That's the reason why these unsymmetrical faults are made. These and these matrices are being bridged up or linked up with these situations like unsymmetrical faults, and they got been mixed up with this, and later on a new kind of technique approach has been made, saying that inversion of a symmetric matrix using unsymmetrical fault analysis. While going into summary, inversion of symmetric matrices using unsymmetrical fault is a process which highlights a wonderful analogy between mathematics and electrical circuits. This is what I have been saying this long time. This is a beautiful process or wonderful analogy between mathematics and electrical circuits for sure. and how problems have been created using the real-time experiences, like how the matrices have been proposed, and how they have been the answer has, the output have been made. The they are using this process is very nice. So just want to conclude my topic here. Thank you, one and all. My name is Raghavendra. Thank you.